Hello, beautiful people. It is your favorite blogger, Miss Trish, and your favorite MC, Miss Trish. Again, trying to get used to adding that to my name when I speak. Anyways, guys, welcome to Coffee Chronicles. You're going to see me for 31 straight days. 31 straight days, because what I'm going to be doing for the month of March is highlighting incredible women who are in my life, women who inspire me, women who've been around me, women who I aspire to be like, and just honoring and praising them and giving them their flowers while they're still here. Some are not still here, you'll see throughout the month, but each day I'm going to give you a fun fact about a new woman and talk about these women because it's Women's International Month. March 8th is my birthday, but anyways, doesn't matter. That's also International Women's Day, but I just wanted to honor all the amazing women. A couple of years ago, I did the women in my city, and definitely will be doing some of those as well. So let's grab your favorite coffee cups. I have my Wonder Woman cup today because today I'm starting off honoring the month with my own mother, and to me, she is Wonder Woman. So, Wonder Woman, aka Superwoman, aka my mommy. her her name is Patricia Henry, so that is my mom. A lot of people do know her. A lot of people don't know her. I am my mommy's doppelganger, just a darker version of her, right? So why I started off with my mom is A, because she's my mom, and B, because all along my life, what I've noticed about my mom is not only her strength, like strength is always a good thing, but it was her always showing up. Mom always showed up. She was one of those ladies. My mom moved from Trinidad to Canada when she was 19 years old. And that resonates with me because I moved from Montreal to Toronto for 10 years when I was 18 years old. So it's kind of like, the correlation and stuff like that. But anyway, ever since my mom moved, what I noticed about her is that she never gave up. My mom went through some things. Of course she did, like any other woman, but she had 4 kids by the time she was 32, right? And that's a big deal. That's even a bigger deal now in this day and age. It is 2023. However, through that time, she has been through a lot. She's been married to my father. They've had an amazing relationship, ups and downs, of course. So my parents have been married for 49 years. They are going on 50 years this September 14th, 2023. And I mean, throughout it all, it was just my mom always showed up no matter what. She went to work. Sometimes she worked 2 jobs. Sometimes she did everything that she needed to do to hold down the household. Not saying my dad didn't, but she did. My mom did absolutely everything she could. And she always taught me to love myself because she was that kind of woman. Like every time my mom would go anywhere, she could be going to the corner store, she'd put on lipstick. You know what I'm saying? Like, and those kind of things inspire me. My mom always dressed up. I love dressing up. I love makeup. I love hair. I love perfume. That was my mom. That is my mom. You know what I mean? Given that she had her situation, my mom, if you guys don't know, will know now. My mom did have a stroke in 2013, and that is the reason why I did move back to Montreal to take care of her solely. But even through that, my mom was fighting, and it's still very hard for me to tell the story of my mom having a stroke, but I tell it in this book that I am a part of by Alvina Ryan called I Testify on Purpose. And in there, I actually reveal how my mom fought through the struggle of not being able to talk, not being able to walk, not being able to eat. Like, I kind of talk about that, but I don't go into depth detail because even though it's been 10 years since it happened, it still is very rough for me to talk about, So I highlight my mom today because she has always shown a resilience, and she's always taught us to show that kind of resilience too, just to be, who you are, be strong, but be vulnerable and show up. And I like that, no matter what, keep going, no matter what, show up. And she used to say something to me that I remember when she used to call me every day to wake me up in the morning when I used to live in Toronto because, I'm not a morning person. You know what I mean? It's starting to change now, given that everything in my career is changing, but I'm not a morning person. But my mom used to call me in the morning and always give me like a positive word. And one that sat with me till this day, I think I'm tearing up. Oh, boy. Okay, I'm going to say it quick before I start to cry. Is don't let anybody steal your joy. So, yeah, that sat with me and sits with me every single day. Whew. So I'm back. That did take a little bit for me and a little bit out of me, because even though it's been 10 years since my mom did have her stroke, it's still not the easiest thing to talk about, because you kind of relive the situation. You relive what you've been through, So that's a little bit tough, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful for my mom. You know what I mean? Like, I can't say, we struggled per se. I think every family has their ups and their downs and stuff like that. But like, my mom always made sure that even if we were struggling, we didn't know it. You know what I'm saying? So, because again, she would always show up. She would always show up. So that was very important. Now, let me give you guys a fun fact about Mrs. Small, like they like to call her because that's her maiden name. But let me give you a fun fact about my mom. Fact about my mom is okay, so like I told you guys in the beginning, she did move from Trinidad to Montreal when she was 19 years old. And when I grew older, I started to ask my mom questions. Like, my mom had worked at a bank and she worked in different places, and I was like, Mom, okay, when you were, because I find back then, like, I don't know if you guys feel like this, but I find like back then, our parents had no choice but to work in certain places, right? So they chose to work in the offices, the 9 to 5s and stuff like that, which is, they did that so that they can survive and have the wonderful life that they wanted up in Canada or wherever, But one day I remember asking my mom, again, when I lived in Toronto, Mom, what did you really want to do? Like, what was like the thing that you really, really wanted to do? And funny enough, my mom said she wanted to be like a personality, like a journalist person type of thing on the news and all that stuff. Unfortunately, she never got the chance to pursue that. But one thing that I did take from her is her personality. I do have a mom's personality because she's funny. She's funny. She has a great personality. And I think she would have made it really well. You know what I mean? Like, but she liked journalism. She liked that stuff. And that's some of the stuff that she wanted to do. 2, fun fact about Mom, how she met my father. So one thing about my parents, Pat and Francis, that's what we call them because that's their names. One thing about my parents, when they were younger and they got here, they used to party. They used to party plenty. You know what I'm saying? In Montreal here. And apparently I learned as I got older that they were the 2 that were planning the parties. Some of you guys may be able to relate because I think some of your parents did come. But my mom used to have Tupperware parties, girl. And I don't think it was all about the Tupperwares back then. It was more about the wine and the drinks and the liquor. But anyways, going forward, that's what I'm saying. She always showed up. She always had a side hustle or something like that. My mom, see, the Tupperware parties back then. Anyway, so my parents used to party. Like I said, get it. Oh. Anyway, and like I said, they used to be the ones to plan the parties. But before they met, obviously my mom didn't know my dad. Not obviously, but my mom didn't know my dad upon coming to Montreal. She came up here by herself. She said she was going on vacation, and then she never returned back to Trinidad. But anyways, another fun fact, I want to get to it. My mom met my dad in a party. Yes, baby, I want to go every party with you. Anyway, so my mom met my dad in a party. And this is how it goes. My mom is not too much taller than me. I think she's shorter than me. My mom's 5'1". So I'm 5'2", 3. You might debate my height if you see me in person. I'm 5'2", 3. My mom's about 5'1". My dad's about 5'11", maybe close to 6 foot or whatever. So anyway, my mom went to this party. And she was dancing with this guy who was a lot taller than her, And she said the guy was so tall that he had like her head under his armpit. And back then, the big song was Feelings. Talk about feelings. Something so, right? Something like that. And then my mom said like she got a chance to like get her head from underneath the guy's shoulder. And she turned around and she saw this tall, dark-skinned dude, with a beard and stuff like that. And she said she ran over to my dad. Didn't know him, ran over to my dad, hooked him on the arm, and she's like, I like you. So my mom went for it when she met my dad, and 4 children later and 49 years later, here we are. In anything that I do like this, I will always highlight my mother first because she is the epitome of greatness to me. She is my mother, right? And she has always shown up for us. She's always been there for us. My mom is just an amazing human being, even though things have changed with her physically over the years, because that's about to happen in life. And given her situation, she is still so amazing, so beautiful, and absolutely everything to me. So she will be number one for today. I'm totally gonna do, like I said, y'all got 30 more days of me. So I'm going to be highlighting and giving fun facts and telling it like a story time because, everybody has a story, right? Including me. So that is my number one for today and the number one for my life, my mommy. And I hope that you enjoyed this Coffee Chronicles story time, incredible March International Day. Not yet, because that's March 8th, but this is March International Month highlights, and I hope you come back tomorrow for more. And I also hope that you do your own version too. Like, why don't you highlight the women in your life? You know what I mean? I'm going to be like doing as much as I can because there's so many women, which is so amazing to highlight. But yeah, let's just keep this going. You know how I feel, Women's history all day, Black history all day, highlighting positivity all day. Anyways, much love. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys again tomorrow. Mwah! And we'll definitely talk soon. Bye.